Hi. Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, guys. I wasn't supposed to be here this evening, but, when Source says to speak, you just come and speak. Sorry, guys. Trying to check a message really quickly. Awesome. Hi. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. I think we have a divine message from Source brewing up. And this is something that I think that we can all hold the vibration of it. I may take my time. I'm not going to be on here long, but I will take my time with the message. Love is a gateway. So this is what I feel that Source really wants us to ground into the vibration of love as the gateway, right? Welcome in, everyone. Please, guys, make sure you are still subscribed. Click on all notifications. I will be posting here almost every day. There's a lot of energies going on. I want to tell you guys kind of some things that I've been working on in the spirit. Hi, Miss Carolyn. I don't know. I almost want to call you Care Bear. Hello. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Sonia. Welcome in, guys. Love is a gateway. Love is a gateway. I'm going to build. I want to tell you a few things. So a few days ago, I did a video and we were talking about, I think we're talking about Diddy, and I can't remember, guys. There's so much that we spoke about. We were talking about the transfer of the cart, the drugs, the venom that was being transferred into Miss Blue Ivy Carter. We were talking about how evil is who is on trial, not Diddy. Diddy was hosting a beast in his body. The beast essentially overturned him, used him. The beast became full grown, and the beast now is out there, right? In creation, in this realm with all of us, right? So now we have the carcass on trial, which is Diddy. But truly, what's on trial is good versus evil. There's only two forces. We can scale everything back and just talk about forces. You are not you. Your mom is not your mom. Your friend is not your friend. It's only good and evil. That's it. There's only two forces. I'm going to tell you guys about some work that I've been doing, and then we're going to start to build up here. Can you guys hear the music? Let me know if you can hear the music, either Carolyn, Sonia, Buffalo Wild Wing, Cheryl. Let me know if you can hear the music behind me. Let me know about that. So for quite some time, guys, for quite some time, I got to back up. I got to build. Just stay with me. I got to build. You can hear perfect. When I was a kid, I was deathly afraid of everything. I mean, so afraid of everything. I was afraid of my own shadow, guys. I kid you not. I was afraid of my own shadow. My siblings would have to walk me to bed each night. I was afraid of the dark. I was just so afraid. I was always just so scared. I was just so afraid, right? So I say that to say I never thought in a million years that I would be doing what I am doing now, because I grew up afraid of even my own shadow would make me tremble. And now I grew. As I grew, I went through things. As I went through those things, I grew more. As I went through more things, I grew more. And then I became what you see now. I became conscious. People call it psychic. People call it medium. People call it all these things. What I call it, and I am just aware. I'm aware. So once I became aware, awareness doesn't just, you're aware of one thing. Awareness is when we focus our mind on something, we can now become aware of a multitude of things. Awareness sparks consciousness, and more consciousness sparks more awareness, right? And then now you get this expanded consciousness, right? And so in the expanded consciousness, I became aware of entities, right? I became aware of dark forces. There's only two forces. There's dark and light. That's it. I became aware of these dark forces, and I became aware of how to clear them. And it was deeper than an awareness. It was a calling by source. I am ordained by source to clear out the lower energies here on earth and in other dimensions. This coming from a little girl afraid of her own shadow. Right there, that's growth. Never thought I would see the day that I would be battling demons and winning. I'm a demon slayer. Some of us are demon slayers. If you've ever been in the church and a hardcore prayer warrior, some of those prayer warriors are demon slayers. They're ancestral curse breakers, generational curse breakers. So this is like what I grew into, coming from a little girl afraid of her own shadow to now going up against demons and winning. Clearing out ancestral trauma, clearing out generational curses. I couldn't believe all of what I'd become. And I was always born with an kind of huge heart, but it was kind of like so huge that it was a little bit too big, where it can either help you, right? Or it can hurt you, right? Because the heart is so big, right? And we know we need protection in the heart as well. But I say that to say, because I had this overactive heart chakra, slowly but surely, as I felt empathy and compassion for people, even though I felt it on a greater scale because of I'm a high level empath, I didn't understand that it was attuning me to the love vibration. And as it attuned me more to the love vibration, as we know, love, the heart, comes with a divine shield and a divine sword. The heart is the gateway. So essentially, I had been chipping away and chipping away and chipping away at this gateway, at this door. Unbeknownst to me, this is coming from a little girl that was afraid of her own shadow. Unbeknownst to me, I had found a gateway through the heart space. And when I went through the heart space, we can kind of also equate this as going through the storm, going through the eye of a needle, going through the impossible to make something possible. We can even equate this to maybe faith, something that's unseen, making it physical. These are all the things that the heart will do. But as I tell my story on being a high-level empath, I was attuning myself. I was opening a gateway. So on the other side of this gateway was not only the love, the compassion for humanity, but I started to feel a oneness with all things and a sense of wanting to protect all things. Somehow along the way, I became so attuned to all things that I became in a covenant with Source. And how do we become in a covenant with Source? It's simply, truly doing the right things, even when no one is looking. Even if the world is saying opposite, you still stay the course. You know what you're doing in your quiet space in the heart, right? So essentially, not only did it attune me to the love vibration, it attuned me to the covenant with Source that we take on our heart space. So when you're in covenant with Source, you are Source. You are the authority. You are the Source authority. You are the one here in physical form to protect, to guide, to heal, etc. And so I had a sense, a duty of protection. And I started to cleanse people of darker energies, negative energy, attachments. And it really shocked me because I was expecting everything, when you open the heart, everything to just be love and light. Because we're always told that there's no darkness in love, right? There's no darkness in love. There's only sweet roses. But what I found was quite the opposite. Through every door is something unexplored, something that needs healing, that needs protection, that needs watering. And I found a deep sense of obligation to do this for humanity. Didn't know where it was coming from. Now I understand it's coming from the covenant with Source, simply because I was attuned to the vibration of love over, how many, 40 plus years. It's not so much if we can reach a vibration, it's when we can hold the vibration that we've reached, that now things materialize or even crystallize. So this deep compassion and now protection, this duty that I felt to protect humanity, I really took it serious. And as I started to heal people and clear people of negative attachments, even putting my own self at risk, but I kept going and I kept going. And it brings me back to a message I received 20 years ago. And I wrote it down. And it's also in the Cosmic Bible, but I remember writing it down. And I saw an image of myself fighting great battles, going from one realm up to the heavens to get direction from God, from Source, getting not just direction. At some points I had to get a pep talk, because the beast gets bigger every time, more beastly, right? So as I remember that, I remember one point I ascended back to the heavens, and there was a beast so massive and so big. And I straight up told God, look, I don't think I can do this. This thing is so big, it's so monstrous. I'm just me. I'm just I'm just a small person. I can't do this. But God reassured me that you are powerful and that you can do all things. And then I ascended back down, and I was able to defeat the beast, right? This happened 20 years ago. This vision that I had. And I say that to say, because I opened the gateway to the heart, I just completed a massive mission. There was a massive energy that I do believe was very detrimental to humanity's, not only the expansion, but to our life force in general, to our not only individual heartbeat, but our collective beat and vibration as well. And I'm a supernatural healer. in case you guys don't know. And I always tell people, just if you can just believe that you are the source, then you can step into purpose as a supernatural healer. And when you truly believe it, it's all about intentions. When you truly believe it and you don't have any negative thought forms that tell you otherwise, you become more powerful than what you think. This is also how you get on the magic carpet ride, where you also get on you're the lead character in your own movie, the star in your own book, the star in your own song. You're the lead singer in the group, right? This is how you get it. The love, the gateway through the heart, right? And as a supernatural healer, quantum healer, you guys came in for healing. And as you guys came in for healing, it started to heal the collective. And I started to get, as I expanded, I started to get into templates. And so one person's healing is now the collective healing too. Because remember how source truly works. One thing takes care of a multitude. Nothing is separate. Nothing is separate. Your heart is not separate from the collective heart. Your mind is the one mind of God, of source. It's all one. When we think about it being separate, then that's fragmentation. Then we're not back to the original blueprint. So as I started to heal individuals, I started to heal collective. I started to open up collective templates. It was like every single person was a piece to the puzzle that was leading me to this energy that I can only describe as the adversary force, the opposite of God, the opposite of love. So essentially, when I opened the gateway, the heart, I now came face to face with the polarity of that. I didn't know that. I didn't know being empathic would lead me there, but I believe that source would not lead me there if I did not have the power, the wisdom, and the protection to handle all things. And so this force I've been fighting for some time now, well over maybe the past few years, the adversary force of God, right? Through every cleansing and through every time you cleanse yourself, we fight this, whether you know it or not. Every time you choose love, you fight this. And in that video, when I was talking about Diddy, I was talking about the transfer of the consciousness into Blue Ivy. And I said it was 70% clear that they are literally transferring this force that I've been fighting, this evil template, it's a template, into another vessel, another generation. So if this generation goes bad, if they get locked up or something happens to them, the P. Diddy's, the Beyoncé's, the Jay-Z's of the world, then the next generation will have the template to carry it forward. So it's a template that I've been really working on to clear, right? And I told you guys that source showed me that it was 70% clear. So over the weekend, a massive breakthrough happened. A massive breakthrough. It was Saturday morning. I never sleep in, and just my body was just wanting to rest more. And so I think it was around 9 a.m., maybe possibly 9:30. As I lay there, something happens. I see almost like an outline of almost like a robotic man, but it wasn't a robot, but it wasn't flesh. It was not flesh. And then I see something fall from it. So if I were to cut into this solid kind of robotic structure and cut around, it was like part of the head, the shoulders, and the upper chest. It just completely fell down. And in my spirit, I understood that love has won. That this force that I have been battling, that I've been going up to the heavens to get encouragement from source to battle, that I had finally defeated it. And what was very interesting, what happened after that it failed. So the upload failed, guys. Love is winning. The upload failed to totally transfer that consciousness into the next generation, right? That template, it failed, and it fell down. And after it fell down, this was very beautiful. I started to feel upgrades going on in my body, my legs. I remember my knees, little like just energy being released and being just exploding up, right? And I understood then that not only did the upgrade fail and fall down, but that there was a restoration happening within the collective template, within the collective soul body. There is a divine restoration happening. There's a restoration happening for us. For the ones of us that kept our eyes on source, that believed that we were bigger than what we ever thought that we could be or even imagine. We believed in the mission, even though the mission was scary. Even though we felt powerless at times, we still kept going. When I tell you one person can defeat the enemy, it's possible. One person can slay the demon, slay the vampire. One person can save a multitude. And one person that saves a multitude is walking in the energy of the Christ, walking in the vibration, in that divine yellow energy. And I sat back in a moment and I was like, what if I would have given up at the 11th hour? Because there was a lot of forces. They knew, I didn't know, they knew that I would defeat it. So in the 11th hour, all the energies came in to kind of like try to tackle you. And this will happen in your personal lives when you're when you're getting that certification, when you're, about to get married, when you're about to get that new promotion, that new job, that new house. There's going to be forces, guys, because there's only good and evil. But keep the heart open, because the heart is the gateway, to the higher realms of conscious and to all of the solution to everything. But it's the place that they try to keep us out of. And when you do get in there, they want to tackle you and lower you back into the lower vibration or lower chakras. And I was thinking, oh my God, what if I would have given up with everything that was going on and everything that I was facing and all the work that I had to do and all the people that I had to help? What if I would have said, Source, I just don't have time to complete this right now? Then the template would carry on in another generation. One person that stands in the superpower of the heart. Unconditional love is a superpower. It's just really beautiful. We are winning this thing, guys. It's really, I tell my story to now tell you, because you guys are all part of the collective. We are winning. Love truly does win. Source never said it would be easy. Source never said there would be challenges. There would be bumps and bruises along the way, that there would be 15 people tackling you while you're running to the goal. Source never said, but Source always promised that love would win. Hi, Sister Gail. Buffalo Wild Wings. They tried to throw everything at you and you prevailed. I'm so proud of you. Admire your strength. Thank you so much. And I admire humanity's strength and light workers. There's so many of us here, guys. Even though it felt as if I was working alone in the 11th hour, we always have help. So when you access the heart, the love vibration, remember it comes with your divine shield, your protection, and your weapon. And if I had, like, everything that I was facing, if I had turned my heart off, we would have lost this war. They want to get us to turn our heart cold, to turn our heart off. The heart is the gateway. It's the answer. It's the solution. When there is no solution around, if we go through the heart, it's the gateway. And there's only two forces. There's not separate people trying to stop and run interference. No, there's not. There's only the force of good and evil. And sometimes good people can have evil energy. And sometimes evil people can have good energy. The heart doesn't blame. The heart does not hold grudges. The heart does not keep records of wrong. It doesn't do it. The heart opens because the heart is the gateway. The enemy will always try to find a way to get you off the path. Especially when you work for the divine and when you work for source. The people that are lukewarm, notice they get to do anything that they want to. Notice that they don't go through everything that you go through as a light worker. But when you choose a side, then the polarity shows up. Because remember, we learned in the last video that evil shows up because good was created. So if you choose to stand in good, evil will naturally show up. If you choose to stand in evil, good will also show up to defend what is good. So when you're fighting this war, if you want to be the demon slayer in your own family, right? In your own community, then you have to pick a side. I chose the side of love, right? Because love is the gateway. And the gateway has all the answers. It always has the solution. It has the way out. It knows its way through the maze, right? That's the gateway. And so I tell this story to say that everything that we have been doing and working for, it's working. But I want to press you guys more to believe that you're bigger than what you think that you are. Some of you are the ones meant to slay the dragon, right? Some of you are the ones meant to slay the lower part of yourself. Finally get out of the secular cycle of addiction, of recycling pain, even. Some of you are meant to do that, but we can't do any of this without going through the gateway of the heart. I do believe that this energy that was defeated, it was a defeat. And I know I don't do this work alone. There's a lot of light workers. And I want to say this. I'm a very big presence. I show up very bold. So I can be a lot to take sometimes. And y'all know I'm very dramatic, right? But I said, if I'm going to be on YouTube, I'm going to be multidimensional, because I don't ever want someone to say that I'm one way and then now I'm a different way. No, I am multidimensional. I have multiple different octaves, right, of my personality, right? But love is where I am centered, right? But if we allow our heart to get closed, then that is when evil wins, or evil is allowed to hide, right? Because evil will never win. I don't care. I know the light always wins, because the trick that the devil tells you is that it even has a chance. It never had a chance. And if you believe that you are larger than life, if you believe that you are the superhero, if you believe that you are the dragon, the demon slayer, then that is who you will become. And because I did believe that I was big enough to hold this energy, I became that. And to some people or energies, they may not have understood the passion, but I tell that story of the mission was written on the heart space 20 years ago when I received the call from Source and say, you will face many battles, but going through the heart, coming back up through heaven, I will give you strength and courage to now go back down and fight another battle. The beast will get bigger and angrier. It's bigger and angrier each time, each level of the game. But the light always wins, because the gateway is the answer. Unconditional love dissolves, defeats the enemy. It's a superpower, it really is. And sometimes people won't understand your mission, because it's just that, your mission. It's not a one-size-fits-all, guys. We all are ordained to hold a particular energy, to do a specific thing for Source. And if you try to fit yourself into the plan that Source has for someone else, it won't fit. And not only will it not fit, but it will agitate the person that's trying to squeeze into the dress that's 2 sizes too small, or that is way too big. Either it will drown them out, or it will press them too much and become too much. Message. Love, the heart, unconditional love, is also a gateway to true authenticity. Finding out what dress size fits you. It's not a one size fits all. Keeping the heart open and agile to receive your unique codes is very important. Had I fumbled the ball because there was 15 energies on my back, had I fumbled, the template would carry on. It would carry on and the cycle would continue. Some of you are here to get rid of karmic loops and cycles. One of my missions as Mother of the Ages is to clear up karmic cycles on a collective level. So my mission is written on my heart. I found something that fits. It is a covenant with Source. It fits. It was tailor-made for me. Written by me, co-signed by Source, tailor-made for me. And the gateway of the heart is how I access it. So say that some people won't understand when the mission is tailor-made for you. There may be people on your path that will help you with your mission, but ultimately it is your job to carry it out, because it is not a one-size-fits-all situation. Okay? I want to urge you guys to drop into your heart space this evening, to enter into union with not only self, masculine and feminine energies within self. When we unionize with self, we birth the child, right? This is how we birth the Christ energy, or the Christ daughter. We could probably even equate this to inner child if we wanted to go there, right? But do you see how that happened? When you enter through the heart space, the gateway, the heart gives access to the left hemisphere, right hemisphere of the brain, masculine and feminine energies. Once that is unionized, it now births a creation. So if we shut our heart down, we don't get to create. We don't get to birth. This is true birthing. We don't get to birth. We don't get to experience the Christ consciousness in totality, because it does have to materialize through the heart, through the gateway of the heart, right? And we miss out on this divine creation. So as of when I'm clearing entities and templates, what we're doing is we're stopping that creation, right? We're kind of uprooting it from its roots, because it is found to be not of good stock for the expansion of source. But on the opposite side, as we continue to go through the heart space, and we continue, the heart space is the gateway to union with self. That union with self now starts to birth and birth and birth and birth and birth and birth. So the heart space is the gateway to love, but not only to love, to passion. And we know passion could show up, in a forceful way. Passion could show up in a polarity sort of way than love and light. But nevertheless, the energies must be worked through. This is the only way to find expansion. It's when we work through the energies. If I were to just leave it for someone else, this is too much. I'm getting round 5, devil's winning, I'm getting my butt kicked. Even though I see in round 8, I'm going to win. If I were to give up in round 5 just because the beast is beastly and the beast is whipping my butt, then this is what I think humanity has been doing. We've just been leaving the mess for someone else to clean up. And then I say, why not me? Why can't I just clean it up? Just having that faith that you are bigger than what you think that you are. Even if you're not going to be a demon slayer like myself. You can help your lineage. You can help yourself. You can help your friends. You can help your family. By going through the gateway of the heart, because it not only has the sword you need to fight, it also has the protection, has the divine shield, right? So as you are cutting out what no longer serves, as you are defeating the energies that cannot move forward, you are also shielding and protecting yourself. So I say this, when you go through the heart, it does not mean all love and light. In fact, it is where you will find the battle. When you love people, this is where the battle begins. When you don't love people, you don't care. You don't care what happens to them. You're indifferent. Most people would be indifferent, right? But it's when you love, you truly love. And when you truly love, which is a gateway which opens up, you have intimacy. And intimacy is scary. It's not just intimacy with a love partner, it's also friends, right? You can have intimacy with a stranger when you share a soul connection. But the intimacy is into you. I see. This is not only a superpower, it's a psychic gift and ability. So if you knew not where to start to receive psychic gifts and ability, if you could open your heart, if you could have a little bit more compassion and empathy, this would lead you to a superpower, which would lead you to a spiritual gift and ability. It truly is. Because it births intimacy, it births a knowing of an exchange of soul information. And it's when you love someone, it's where the battle starts, right? I wanted to just drop this kind of on you guys, and excuse me if it's not perfect or if it's choppy or if it's too hard to understand, but I essentially just wanted to say, please keep your hearts open. Keep your heart open because it's access. You gain key codes. You gain healing properties, healing capabilities. You gain a deeper connection with self, with source, with people. You gain knowledge of self. You gain higher senses, higher realms of consciousness, more awareness, being able to perceive more, gaining more spiritual protection, right? But the heart will automatically bring the war. You have to know this. Anytime we open our heart to love, to be loved, there will be a battle. The battle starts in the heart. No one ever said it was going to be easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Because as you move up through chakras and through consciousness, you know, it gets lonelier and lonelier. I'm here to tell you it does. When you work from source, for source. Because the truth is, most people never even get to the heart. They don't. They never get there. After you explode through that heart and you go through the battle that's waiting, there is a battle. When you open your heart, there's a battle waiting for each and every one of us. This is truly when you learn what you're made of. It's a necessary battle. Because in one way, you are defeating timelines, forces, timelines, karmic cycles, loops. And once you win that battle within self, it now opens you up to everything that most people are locked out of. The ability to see, the ability to hear, the ability to have clarity. Most people don't find true clarity. We can look at it like a extrasensory, gift or perception. What is it, ESP? But truly, clarity is your portion. That knowledge of self, that clarity, that plan, that sight, that knowing, that's your portion from source. But you won't get there unless you go through the heart. And the heart, unfortunately, there is a battle. There will naturally be a battle when you open your heart, naturally. And this is how we actually ascend in love. This is how we ascend in love. Beautiful. Mashimesh, your energy is so pure. Thank you. Fun fact, guys, my name, Tahirah, means purity. I'm also passionate. My middle name means born on Sunday. So I think this is why I came in with an extra amount of empathy and compassion, because both of my names kind of mean, born on Sunday and purity. So thank you. I am a bridge builder and finally understand why I am here. Yes, some of us are a bridge builder. Some of us are, and when we think about building a bridge, you know, I'm looking at the chakras. We're thinking about building a bridge between the lower chakras, the upper and lower Egypt, right? Bringing everything back into wholeness, to oneness. And so that would be through the heart, right? To be a bridge builder, you need to have that open heart space, right? Yeah, so it will come with a battle. I won't lie to you, because once you tap into heart, you have a divine duty to stand up for what's right, even if the world is going the opposite way. That's also a tool. How do you get and surpass the heart? It's when you meet the battle, but you still stand in what's right, even if the world says it's wrong. And they will say it's wrong, because naturally good will naturally battle evil. When good shows up, evil will be there. We have to defeat the devil on each level. Every chakra is another level. This is how you ascend. You know, they say 7 heavens. These are equivalent to your 7 chakras. When you ascend from the chakras, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, this is truly how you stop reincarnating here. Most people never actually get to the heart. I want to get people to the heart because that's the gateway, right? And this is how we can expand. And because here's the beauty, guys. I don't want to be on here long, but the beauty about going through the heart, the gateway, ascending through the chakra system. See, once you have that war, that passionate war, once you have that passionate war, you have it. Now you have access, and guess what? You've already been through the storm, the war, the massive war that's waiting for you in the heart. That passion, that fire, right? But once after that happens, guys, the energy just starts to flow up. And now you can not only have an open heart, you can now speak what's on your heart, right? You can also see what's been hidden in the secret place of the Most High, the heart. Not only can you see what's been hidden in your heart, you can see what's been hidden in other people's heart. And you don't have to go looking for it. If you just ascend through the chakras, the consciousness will be there, which will birth, by definition, spiritual gifts and abilities. But truly, it's because you took the time to open every gateway. There is a battle on every single chakra level. There is a great battle. And I was battling the one not only within the heart, within the crown as well. That one I won't talk about today. That one gets very deep, because we'd have to go into other existences. But I want to keep this one just about love is the gateway. So just know who you are. That's why I keep saying, if there was ever a time to believe you're a superhero, it's now. It's now. We're really closing this energy out. This truly is the end of an age. It's the end of one energy and the birth of a whole new vibration. And when you believe that you are that big to hold this massive mission, then you now become that. This is how I became it. I just believed. I believed, and there wasn't anything to tell me otherwise, meaning I had cleansed so much, purified the thought forms within the subconscious, that slowly but surely, as I started to heal, I started to align myself with the superhero part of myself. The world needs more superheroes, guys. Just needs it. So I just wanted to come on here and just not necessarily be in teacher mode, or not necessarily be in, the dramatics of it all, but just to give, the message about the heart, and from the heart, message from the heart, for the heart, about the heart. And yeah, I think that's truly just all that I want to say today. I love you guys so very much. Source loves you. You are more powerful, more dynamic than what you think that you are. You guys, we are literally rewriting code. It's very beautiful. Keep your mission pressed on your heart space. If you wear your source mission on the heart, it will open up. It will. Because it is inspired action. What's the difference between people acting on something and people not? People being motivated to go in motion and not. It's inspired action. Inspired action truly is a energetic currency. It's when someone else meets the action. It's when we get the energetic go ahead from source. This is inspired action. And this comes through the heart, right? So when you have the passion for something, this is what brings the inspired action, right? So that can be found in the heart space as well. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this, guys, right here. But I love you guys so much. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is, as we walk together in divine love. Be well. Be well, guys. Bye.